Welcome, everyone. Just to let you know, this seminar is being recorded and being broadcast on Facebook. We will share the recording on the CALS International Programs website, and we'll email everyone who registered a link to it as well. I am Adrienne Tucker. I'm the Assistant Director of CALS International Programs. In CALS International Programs, we work to internationalize the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences through various opportunities like hosting webinars like this, as a way to connect our students, faculty, and staff to international opportunities and partnerships. We partner with SAIGE to host these seminars. SAIGE is a student association for international and global engagement for all of our College of Agriculture and Life Sciences here at NC State. Today, we're happy to welcome back Dr. Miljan Erbez, who is the Higher Senior Associate for EU Integration and Livestock Productions in the Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, and Water Management for the Republic of Srpska in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Dr. Erbez is an expert in livestock production and rural development and has a wide breadth of international collaboration. He spent 11 years in the Western Balkans and 15 years supporting living and working conditions in the agriculture and rural regions, generally working with small farmers. Dr. Erbez contributed to the preparation and implementation of different regional and state strategies, laws, and rule books. He also has a very rich experience in adaptation of local legislation to the EU level. Additionally, he has worked on modernizations and strengthening the rural sector, transferring knowledge and experiences, and supporting the development of subject matter expertise in rural regions. From 2012 to 2016, he was engaged as a full-time member of Bosnia and Herzegovina's delegation regarding the adaptation of the Stabilization and Association Agreement regarding Croatia's accession to the EU. And in 2017, Dr. Erbez visited NC State as part of the USDA Foreign Agricultural Service Cochrane program. So we are happy to virtually welcome you back to NC State. And so I know I'm excited to hear from Dr. Erbez's presentation, and at the end, he has questions for us, and we can ask him questions as well. So turn the floor over to you.
Thank you, Adrienne. Thank you, Adrienne. Okay, thank you all for give this time for to listening to me. On the beginning, I would like to say that I'm not an original English speaker, so I hope that I will speak as much understandable and to understand me, and I will give my best. I'm so glad that I'm here today with you, and I would like to thanks to Department of International Program of College of Agricultural and Life Sciences of NC State, and especially to Mrs. Tucker and Mr. Cisneros to offer me such opportunity. Adrienne already tell just a lot of about me, and so I will not repeat this things you can see in the slide, and I think that she already covered everything. I put just on the right side of the presentation this information about this scientific index. As you can see, it's quite low, so I'm not some kind of scientific guy. So what we are going to talk today about, it is about what was the aim of this presentation. It's there are a few different things. It's first is idea rising. I don't know if this term exists, but I in my language some kind of that term exists, so I put it here. And that's when if you want to work something, and if you have will to do something, then you need to define your idea. And I spend a lot of efforts in my how to say time and years to understand this point. And when I understand that the idea is more important than the money, or you always need some money or some financial support to conduct your projects, then the money will not be a problem if you learn how to explain what you want, and you find what is actually the need of some group of the people, or some I don't know, of some animals. We talk also about animals. I'm a livestock breeder, so that's if maybe people, they do not know that their animals need some help, and we will talk also about such projects. And if you can find it, notice, and then present on the right way, then it will be possible to make some project. Also, we are here to share and to get some experience. I also expect to learn something from you. I hope it will be questions, and to talk about different types of the projects from my point of view, how I see different projects in which I was included, to present some capacities of my country, and to remind myself or on what I done, or where I make some mistakes and similar. So how it started, after finishing my college, I get the engineer degree. I was engineer in livestock production on animal husbandry. I started to work, and I had an internship in one agency for livestock breeding and selection. That was in 2005. I worked there on different things. Everybody knows when you are starting somewhere, then you are listening everyone. Sometimes you are working like a courier, so you have some post and you are running somewhere with your post. And but also I have some, let's say, more professional jobs as support in head book evidence, preparations, selection, preparation of different breeding programs for the farmers, for the association of the farmers. I also had experience in the field work with the farmers, and to support, as I said, Breeders Association. I had some extension work, and I worked in laboratory for milk recording on 2 machines in that time, which were quite new for our region, that were Bentley summer count and milk product and infrared milk product analysis machine. And I worked a little bit in a program of conserving of rare domestic livestock breeds in that one of our federal units, Republic of Srpska, where I'm living. That's part of the Bosnia and Herzegovina. And what did I learn during that my internship in that organization? That civil society should have stronger role in development of all society. Already in that time, I noticed, I don't know, do you know about Yugoslavia and Bosnia and Herzegovina? We were like a communistic country until 1991, and still in 2005 we had a lot of those, how to say, people who understood their work in administration. They have that perception of the communistic time in their work. So and they didn't understand that private sector should be on the first place when we work, when we are. That's the part of our duty to help private sector. There was a lot of people in that time that they put their selves, the administration, they put on the first level, not the users, and they didn't understand that that the private sector is actually engaging us in a state sector to be their service. We were their waiters, so they were sitting and drinking the tea, and we should service them. That's the first point, and that really helped me a lot. And the second point is that I do not know much about the livestock production. That's and that's all what I should know. So first, just a second. So first thing that I do when we talk about that civil society is that in 2006, so also during my work in that agency with my colleagues, we founded one NGO, non-governmental organization, which was to support agricultural and tourism engineers. So that was some kind of we were looking connection between development of agriculture, rural areas, and we wanted to make that more better, to look nice, and to somehow to attract people to buy domestic products. And the second thing is what I said, that I find that I don't know too much. In 2007, I moved to Czech Republic to PhD studies, and the most important maybe part of that my education life was those PhD studies. I will not talk a little bit too much about science, but I will just put here is his name. I don't know. Can you see my this mouse? Its name Knut Egelbo. I will later back on that. Why I put that here. I put here the sentence, no matter where did you get some experience, it is important to have it. I will just shortly to say why I put that. When I started to do my PhD, I was working in one private farm, which has in one stable, they have about 700 dairy cows, but in one stable, they have 400 cows. During the summer season, the owner of the farm noticed that the cows are gathering in the center of the barn, and with increasing the temperature, the cows were closer and closer to each other. So what is not logical, when it is too hot, then you are looking for a space, looking for a wind, but cows were closer and closer, and they said that they don't know the reason. And I said that the reason for that, after a few months of the how to say following those behavior of those cows, the reason for that are flies. And when I was kid, during the summer holidays, I was how to say pasture, shepherd. So I was helping my grandmother and grandfather to keep their cows during the summer season. So we were going for kilometers. We were looking for the pastures and such. And during the summer season, the summer season when flies are active, the cows, where flies are too much active, cows were running through the forests and through the bushes to put out the flies from themselves. So I tell here the cows in this barn, they cannot run, but when they are close to each other. When they press each other, they are how to say decreasing the space on their bodies where fly can came and bite it. So that's the reason. And then we included some people from Norway, which said this guy, maybe this is maybe interesting story. And that's I don't know that I think that this our paper was the first paper that described that crowding of dairy cows at least in Europe. So we were here in 2011. I came home again. I started firstly working for 2 years like chancellor minister, and then the government changed, and I was put on the next other place. It's the higher senior associate for EU integration in livestock production. Quite good position with aim to support integration of Bosnia and Herzegovina to EU by adaptation of local legislation, what we already done. Now we are implementing that among the farmers. So I'm now working with the farmers organization. I will not read what I'm what are my duties here. You can see that. So in next part I will present 4 projects which I found that are maybe interesting for this occasion, and I will try to mention what I learn in each of those. So this I would like to say this picture is from my country, from Mountain Vlasic, and it was made by my colleague Dragan Gavranovic. So the first project I wrote and implemented, and I was in charge for its implementation. It's evaluation of cattle welfare and housing, and establishing a research extension group in animal housing, welfare and behavior It was implemented in the period from 2013 to 2015, and it was financed by Norwegian Fund for Research and Development. And as I mentioned before, that one of the professors, Knut Egil Bo, who is from Norway, he was also part of the project, and that was that connection also that I had somebody to call when this fund was open, and it was open just for Western Balkan. So I have somebody there to have possibility to apply together for this for support for this project. In this this is some photos. How does it look like? We had different activities there. We visited farms, and we visited a number of the farms. You will see results later. We engaged also some other people there. We did education. We talked with the farmers. We were in the mountains in more than 1,500 meters, and it was quite interesting. We also had some, like say, not farm, but that some other part of the project with the education, presentation of knowledge, presentation of Norwegian experiences to Bosnia and Herzegovina, but also our experiences to Norwegian students and faculties. So it was quite good thing. But it's not all about science and research. There are also some things about friendship. Maybe on the beginning, Jose mentioned that a little bit. And what are the results of the project for me, which are interesting? That cooperation between us still exists. That we actually established that extension group, equipped one laboratory for welfare at the Faculty of Agriculture, University of Banja Luka. We visited 80 farms, and each farm we took about 85, 86 different parameters, and all those information what we took on the farms, we we worked on, and we make individual recommendation, and we sent to those farmers later. A number of those, at least 5 or 6 farmers from those 80, in the years like from that, they changed, for example, from tie housing to loose housing. I don't say that it's because of our projects, but I think that at least a little bit we changed their mind and view that the cows also need to be happy in their lives. I cannot. I say that it's the name of the presentation is about development, but also about making your career interesting. We had possibility to visit the Norway. We had possibility to enjoy their ice cream, and the story about the Norwegian ice cream is quite longer than this cooperation, and they really had good ice cream. And the first time when I heard about Norwegian ice cream, it was actually from one American English teacher. She was teaching me English in Czech Republic from 2007 to 2008, 2 semesters. And on one of her classes, we were talking about ice creams, and she said, "I was in Italy. They have good ice creams, and some other countries, but the best ice cream is Norwegian." And they really had good ice cream. So that's that part of enjoying doing some international projects. And we also make a lot of papers, 2 master theses. One of master students who finished that, who was part of that project, is Alexander Maric. Jose knows him, and we are cooperating still, and he's a part of. We did a lot of projects together, and I think he's now he's listening to me, and I think that's the first project of so big project in Bosnia and Herzegovina, which was dealing with animal welfare. We make also one conference. We invite people from all College of Agriculture in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and we discuss about that, and we support their research that, and I think we made a significant how to say step. But I noticed that I also want to help those farmers. I want to build something after that projects. After that project. So the next one of these kind of the projects which I can characterize as development and investment is the project development of system for breeding of beef cattle, which I conducted. I wrote it and was in charge for implementation in period 2013-2017. It was financed by Czech Development Agency and Ministry of Agriculture of the Republic of Srpska, and it was about 1.3 million of US dollars worth. In this presentation, I will present just one of the farms which was built, and that's, I think, the bigger investment there, so not to go too much around. The location is, you can see, of the farm is in hilly, mountain hilly areas of Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's not far from Sarajevo, from the capital. It's about, I don't know, 40 to 50 kilometers from Sarajevo. It's in one small small municipality, Kalnovik. The project was, the main part of the project was located. The farm itself was on 1,200 meters on the sea level, and the pastures of that farm was from 1,200 to 1,450 meters above sea level. So just to make comparison, the highest point, not few kilometers from the farm, it's Jokin Toranj. It's the altitude is 2,086 meters, and I know that Mount Mitchell in North Carolina is the highest point, and it is 2,037 meters. And this is our the sixth point. It's not the top hill, top mountain in Bosnia and Herzegovina. The aim of this project was to build farm for 2,000 animals of pure breeding animals, because in that time we had also some kind of the cow-calf system in country, but not very serious in a lot of how to say cases. It was about some crossbreeds and cows which were milked maybe in some period of the time, and in some period of time they were just on pastures. But we wanted to make some like a reproductive center for Aberdeen Angus. We also wanted to educate farmers to start production, equip farm, and start meat recording systems. How it started. On the first photo, you can see two old buildings. And in some previous time, during the 60s of century before, these two buildings were aimed for sheep housing. And this old farm was almost 20 years with or even 30 years without nobody there, nobody working there. It was like a ruin. So we, the cows were already there. We had some problems with the projects. Maybe so not everything was planned very good, but cows came earlier. This is Aberdeen Angus, and then started reconstruction of these buildings. We destroy building. That's the second photo. We start preparation of the field. In the meantime, we were educating farmers, and then the construction of that farm was going to. It was 2 years, like say construction. That's in hilly area. Sometimes during the winter time, it was 6 months. We couldn't do anything there, and now we have a farm which is over where the cows are in loose housing system, and people are, I would say, satisfied who are working there. They are satisfied with the farm, and farm now has about 180 animals, so more 20 animals. It will be like we planned. that's in the last 5 years. So we are going step by step. There are some, but we didn't stop there. We saw that this could be like a it's not the ordinary farm, but it could be some research station. And we had very good people who are working there, which are interested. Some we have also one doctor of science engaged there, and one engineer of agriculture and agricultural technician. There are 4 employees totally. So this is from the above. How does it look like that all aerial? We started, for example, a project of that invisible electric fence, so that we can monitor how to say movement of the animals, and we can put them on the different areas which are interested for the pastures. This is one of the pasture at the on 1,400 meters above sea level, where the cows are during the summer after the cutting of the grass. They're also starting to be included in different other projects, where they can show other farmers what they are doing and how they are organizing their production. They have a lot good equipment, good machines, so they can present some good practices, good agricultural practices. This is the photo left below, and they are doing all-time education. We are sending them to see. This was one photo from the Czech Republic when they were on education in the laboratory for semen production. Also, what I would like to say about this project, because it was quite followed by media, and we wanted to promote that production of the let's say healthy beef meat. I will just show this number of the cows just in my entity, my Republic of Srpska. So we had huge increase of the number of the cattle which were in CALS system from the last year of the project to now. So I'm already on third project. See the time, 15:30. Okay. This one project was developed together with colleagues from NCCU. Jose helped me a lot with this, and the project was financed by Sweden USA Pharma 2 project, and the first let's say estimation of the value of the project was about 80,000 of US dollars. What was here actually question when we started to thinking? It was open, let's say grant, the open call for projects. We had that association which were interested in project, but they didn't know. They know some things what they want, but they have 450 members, and we were to find some things to satisfy all. So we discussed what can be that we can cover all people, and we make a different parts of the projects. This firstly, we wanted to do some trainings in the field and to engage 2 experts from NC State that will teach our farmers on feeding management and feed quality. We also wanted to put 6 young farmers to visit NC State. The idea was also to prepare and deliver a book on the dairy cattle housing and to deliver to all farmers. So all farmers were, I would say, it's not big value of that part, but we can catch all farmers to make application for optimization of meals for dairy cows, so that they can from their phone to make when they have it is easy. I will not discuss too much about the application, but it's something very easy to use. It's easy to understand to farmers, to train at least 120 farmers on usage of that application and on the welfare of dairy cows, to train 21 farmers for artificial insemination and to equip them so that they can do artificial insemination at their own farms and with their own cows, to visit one cooperative own dairy plant in Slovenia, and to prepare feasibility study for milk processing. That was the activities with the main aim to increase milk production up to 20% of the total milk that they are producing in average in the year before. So the base year was 2018. But the COVID-19 had come, so we needed just to cut off some of the activities. I put it red. All international cooperation was excluded. So just something what we can organize at ourselves. And from 10 months, the 10 months that was the proposed duration of the project, we get possibility to implement all in 2 months, and from 80 to our budget was cut to $35,000. So that was all to cover other things, and I think we succeeded. We succeeded. It was really rushed. 2 months, several people, but we succeeded. We trained those people for artificial insemination. We trained people on for the usage of that application. We made application. We prepared the book. This young lady is also on that top page of the book, and we also make some things interesting for farmers, so they can feel that they are in a little bit different world, that they are not just on the farm. So we make some like a good meal, good lunch, as you can see outside, because it was Corona. You cannot make something in closed space with too much people, but we make outside. This was during the presentation, one of the presentation outside. This is also some photos what we have. This is one screenshot of that application for the meal calculation for dairy cows. This is manual for artificial insemination. This is delivering of the equipment and diplomas to the people who passed that artificial insemination course training, and so we did a lot. But we also we also had one follow-up of this project. That's also something what I find when you find the good people, when you find a good let's say group of the people which are really interested to do something, then you can expect some follow-up. And then when you are writing one project, you should immediately think about the next one. And we make a story also about that. So there are two follow-ups. One is on the left side with the cheeses, and the second is with this hoof stall machine. In that project, as I said, we made a good feasibility study for the farmers, so they would like to start their own processing of the cheese, and to make also some let's say fruit yogurts and dry milk and dry Srpska, I don't know the English word. And when we make that study, in the engaged experts in that preparation of that feasibility study, they found which the municipality is the most, how to say, convenient place to make that milk processing unit. We sent that feasibility study to the mayor of that municipality, and not even 2 weeks later, we get a positive letter from that mayor, that he's very happy to hear that his municipality is chosen to be maybe new potential location for investment, and that they are ready to hear more about that, and that they will give free the place for building plot for that milk processing unit, and they will also finance all building premises and everything what is necessary to start with the construction of that one dairy processing unit. And we expect that the total investment will be about 1.1 million of dollars, and it is how to say, now we are preparing that technological project, what we are going to produce and to fulfill all that standards what the government wants from the farmers. We already started the second part of the preparation of the documents, and we engaged experts from Slovenia. So I hope in let's say 2 or 3 years that when you came from the North Carolina, that I will have possibility to offer you some cheeses which were produced by Association of Dairy Farmers of the Republic of Srpska. The second thing was, during that project, we noticed that a lot of farms had problem. That's the second follow-up, had a problem with hooves, and we also visited one guy who is doing the hooves in that region, and we noticed that he had that hoof trimmer quite old and I said of low quality. And people from the farmer project, they were satisfied with our previous project. They asked us actually, do you have any more idea which could how say cover as much as possible farmers? And we proposed to make to buy new hoof machine. We also the association also have some co-sharing costs, but the majority is financed by Sweden USA Pharma 2 project. We made a proposal, and they accepted at last Friday. My colleague Alexander Maric signed the project, the documentation, and the new hoof stall will be very soon, and we expect that at least 5,000 cows a year will be treated better. So more 5,000 cows, more happy. I think that's also a good part. But you need to love your cause to understand. But for me, that's very important. The fourth project. So we are here. And I must tell that I didn't wrote this project. The people from the geotest company, they invited me to be part of their team, and I would like also to thank in this moment to North Carolina State University that organized very well that Cochrane Fellowship, the training for resilient agriculture, and that my diploma, what I gained there, was one of the reasons why they took me to be part of this team, which is conduct the project team for this project in Ethiopia. So I will not talk too much about this project. As I said, I'm just a member. I'm working on that livestock sector. The idea is to support 2 cooperatives in Kembaro zone, that's in Southern Asian nationalities and people region in Ethiopia. That's 17 million of people, and this region has about 1 million. And those cooperatives are located in Kachabira and Angacha. They have a big number of the members. You can see 98 and 228 members. We were already few times there, but also our visits were quite shortened because of the corona virus, and in March last year we didn't go at all. This is some photos from the those activities. What we had, we visited their markets to see what they are selling, what kind of the products they have. We visited farmers, we did education, we prepared let's say a lot of reports about that, but we also enjoyed and in papaya juice, in this banana sandwiches. I don't know how to call it, and that was a lot of new things for me. And what is very interesting, this was my first time to go to Africa, and when I came there, I know that I already have some pre-information about it. I read about the situation, but I found that I don't know a lot of things, so I cannot discuss with those people. I cannot talk to those people. That's something what I'm talking to our farmers. So I found that I really need to learn more, and this project actually helped push me to learn more. You need to learn. I found myself that I need to have more information. I cannot talk about dairy production in my country because we have 6,000-7,000 of liters per animal, but they have, I don't know, cows with 200 kilos with 2 to 4 liters of milk per day, and hens which brings maybe 50 to 60 eggs a year, or maybe in some better 100. So totally different story. And I found that actually I don't know too much. This project helped me to understand that I still don't know too much, and that maybe this is the final project that I will present today, and to say that I'm ready to learn. And I want to share some experience with you. This, you can see on this photo, I'm actually explaining the farmers how to make grass silage. And this is some, I don't know, PVC plastic foil, as we are usually closing the grass or maize silage in my country, or in US, I believe, in Europe. But one farmer, it's quite older, he asked me, but where we are going to buy this plastic foils? We cannot, we do not have it so close around us, and then maybe they are expensive. He said, can we use the banana leaves? They have a lot of false banana there, and also the standard banana. And I see this, I tell them, very good point, very good point, but I don't know if you can use it. But I believe that banana leaves are quite resistant, and I know that they are works for the flour and set the flour storing, because they make, I believe you know that they make the flour. This is the flour of banana trunk, and this is the question after the presentation I will ask, if somebody could help me. Does anyone have experience? Can we close the grass silage with the banana leaves? Can it keep that, how to say, anaerobic atmosphere, and is it possible to protect enough those grass material inside? Maybe this can be that follow-up what I made before. Now we are coming to the end. What did I learn to all these years? It is always need to be among the farmers or the group you are working with, to listen, to watch. And I also listen that understand that there are differences between project development and project implementation. Development means listening and research and search. That's that idea. Rising. Implementation means work and talk. What is also important to conclude, to keep the relations, invest time, money, will. If you want to, if you don't have money, then invest time. And if you don't have both, you have at least will. Try something to show that you want to make something in your life and for your community. Do not close the open doors. Think about those follow-ups. What I say, when you're making one project, then think about what can be follow-up, what can be upgrading of that project, and I also want, I wrote here, it is not easy to work on the development and not to have opportunity to refuel your knowledge. That's also in relation to that last project in Ethiopia, what I have. And I know in the system in your country, you have those land granted universities. The extension services are part of those universities. In my country, it's not like that. And a lot of times we do not have place. It's not easy just to go to the university and to upgrade your knowledge, to get enough your knowledge. And if you then have that connection between extension service and between science, then it's not easy to make good knowledge, to understand things on the field quite good. So I think that the world needs to put more attention in some future years about upgrading the, how to say, those I don't know how to say that, to those used development agents, develop extension agents, and other. I don't say that there are not exist such possibilities to refuel with the knowledge those people who are working in development area, but I think that's there is not enough attention to that. And on the end, you must love that what you are doing. That doesn't mean that you are loving your current job, but love your profession, and that's, I think, it is success. Thank you for your attention. You can ask even if you don't wear a mask. And this was the people who helped me to make this presentation to over the years. Thank you.
Thank you, Miljan. That was a great variety of work you've done. Do we have any questions or answers to the question that Miljan proposed?
I have a question. Thank you, Miljan. This was great. It was great to hear what you have been doing and all your accomplishments. I have a couple of questions. One question, one comment. So let me start with the comment related to what you just said about extension. And
yes.
You know, that is one of the things that that we are trying to do internationally. So we are trying to be more extension oriented. We have been always putting most of our efforts in research cooperations, but we think that where we can really have an impact is if we start working in extension cooperation, international extension cooperation. And so I think that is something that we can do in Bosnia. And again, I mean, it's a country with huge potential for agriculture. And so, but that linkage has to be built, and we need to figure it out how to build it. My question is related to this processing plan, the pilot plan that you have for with the association. So how is that going to be handled? How is the relationship? Who will be in charge of the processing? And are you going to charge a fee to the dairy farmers? What is the business model behind?
The business model actually comes from some experience from Norway and Slovenia. That was the reason why we also plan to go to visit that in Slovenia, but also we now we have association, which is actually NGO. The NGO cannot, how to say, rule the dairy unit, but it can open the one company, which will be the market-oriented company or the cooperative, which will organize that milk buying, collecting, processing, and selling on the market. The company will be owned by the association. They will, but it will be like some, let's say, shareholding company, something like that. And the idea is to engage the experts, which are experts in the processing of the milk processing, economy, promotion, and that they will work in that milk factory. The idea is to make, let's say, small to middle scale milk processing unit, which will help farmers just to regulate a little bit market and to sell some milk. In that region, it will be about 30,000 of liters per day. So it will not be some kind of the problem for those bigger processing plant, the other companies doing that, but will also help farmers to have some security when we talk about the times of very low price as it is last 2 years. So last 2 years, the milk price in the whole our region and in Croatia, in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Serbia, it's not, I think, quite good, and it could be better. And so that's the farmers also wanted to make small influence on the market, but also to produce some of their own products. For example, in Norway, they have about 95% of the milk is processed by the how to say, companies which are owned by Dairy Association of Norway. So that's, if I hope it's good answer. Yeah.
I do have a question, Jose or Adrian. This is Carlos.
Yes, go right ahead. I saw you raise your hand.
Yeah. Hi, Miljan. How are you?
Hi, Carlos.
This is Carlos Iglesias. You know, one of the ideas that we're discussing with Jose is the idea of using the diversity that is found in regions to add value to farmers, to generate value to farmers. And your presentation raised some questions in my mind. Usually those regions that are mountainous regions have a lot of diversity of products, of knowledge, and genetic diversity, both for plants and animals. And I wonder if with the being at the edge of the European Union, I would say, on the eastern side, if there's room to exploit that. For example, there's a lot of fermented products, traditional fermented products in Eastern Europe. I imagine Bosnia is not an exception. Is there room to explore that diversity to generate those traditional products that can then be high value markets for farmers in Bosnia? The same as for particular races of chickens, for example, or even cows. I mean, the diversity that exists then is sometimes eroded day by day. Can it be explored and exploited in a profitable way for small farmers? That's my question to you.
I would like to say that I already worked a little bit on such programs, and that with some colleagues from the University of Mostar, that's in the southern part of the country. We already developed some programs. It is about protection of the milk, sheep milk, cheese. I don't know how to say it. It's cheese from the sheep. Actually, the milk is put in the skin of the sheep, and it's fermented in that skin, and it later is prepared for the, how to say, after 3 months you can eat it. And there is also other number of the products which are, I think, that they need some support there, and I'm very ready to help with certain information about those products. I also have some papers I wrote about that, and Jose can or Adrian can give you my email, and I will be very ready to share all what I have there. And also we can include more people from not from Banja Luka, but also from Sarajevo and Mostar.
And the same from here. I think people from food science and animal products development too. So I talked with Jose about your program and the interaction with you, and really looking forward for this pandemic to go over and pay a visit to you and to your region. Okay. Great seminar, Miljan.
Thank you.
And while we have just a few minutes left, I do have a question from the chat. Simon had asked, did you compare milk quality or processing differences between the rare domestic breeds you worked with? In other words, how does breed influence dairy qualities?
When we talk about the milk quality, I do not have my own research. There is, I know by the products. For example, I'm buying the most of the milk products in my house, in my home. It's coming actually from those milk factories from the mountains, and I can feel myself. They always have more fat, of course, because they are usually and the grasslands. Those cows are and the grasslands. They are feeding with the hay. You don't have corn production there. You don't have corn silage most in those areas, so they have, let's say, more fat in the milk. That's the main characteristics. So regarding we also have some, let's say, general information about the milk quality. Sometimes in those mountain regions we have more bacteria, but that's it's not a reason about the quality of the milk. It's about the situation with the milking units in a lot of cases in mountain areas. There are small farms, 5 to 10 to 15 cows. They are milked with the how to say small milking machines which are, let's say, movable, so they do not have milking parlor. In lowland areas they have milking parlors. It's with kind, let's say, more with higher quality of the equipment, so there can be a difference. But generally milk from the mountain ranges are, let's say, more rich in the fat. That's what I have. I don't know, is that good enough?
All right, look at that. And you ended right at 10 o'clock. Good time. Well, 10 o'clock here. Again, I want to be aware of everyone's time, so I appreciate your presentation, Miljan. And again, we'll be sharing, we have this recorded, and we'll be sharing it with everyone who registered if they weren't able to make it. And if anyone has any additional questions, you can share them with us, and we can share it with Miljan as well.
I just want to make a comment. I just saw that Alexander is here.
Yes.
Yeah, so he is the head of the association.
Secretary.
The secretary of the association. Yeah. Okay. Good to have you here, Alexander.
Yes, I'm here. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I just want to say hello. I hear all presentation from Miljan. I see Miljan present on how to say cool way. Yeah, everything.
We enjoy having you.
Yeah. You have a question for me, or I don't understand you? You have a question for me, Jose?
No, I would just wanted to say hello. I just wanted to say.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day or evening. And
if anybody wants a contact with Miljan or Alexander, just let us know, and we can put you in contact.
Okay, please share my mail to anyone who wants to contact me. I will be very ready to help. I'm a little bit busy next 2 or 3 weeks, but I'm also going to Ethiopia if everything will be okay after the March 15. So, but I will give my best to answer timely. Okay.
wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Excellent.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Good to see you, Alexander. Joseph, good to see you as well.
Bye.
Thank you, Miljan.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye.